morning, this is Bob Mason from FX Empire and welcome to the daily crypto tech review of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin and Ripple's XRP. We're looking at the MACDs, the moving averages and the day's support, resistance and pivot levels. It is Saturday the 23rd of January. Jumping straight into Bitcoin against the US dollar, looking at the hourly candlesticks, it's a bearish start to the morning here. Going to need to see Bitcoin avoid the pivot at 31,966 to break back through the 23.6% fib at 33,008. And then target a run at the first major resistance level, sitting at 34,942. Going to need to see support from the broader market for Bitcoin to break out from yesterday's high that was at 33,850 and break back through to 34,000 levels, however. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level and resistance at 35 to cap any upside. In the event of an extended rally, could see Bitcoin test resistance at 37,000 before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 36,827. A fall through the pivot level would bring the first major support level sitting at 30,081 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Bitcoin should steer clear of sub 28,000 levels and the 38.2% fib at 27,465. Second major support level sits at 27,105. Looking at the MACD, we've got a narrowing of the bullish histograms supporting this early morning pullback, so need to keep an eye on that and got to see if there's going to be a bearish cross there. On the EMAs, the 50 has held its ground against the 100 and the 200 early on, so nothing conclusive there. So key through the early part of the day would be to avoid the pivot at 31,966 and break back through the 23.6% fib at 33,008 to bring resistance levels into play. Failure to do that and support levels will be in play. Moving across to Ethereum against the US dollar, it's been a mixed start to the day. Going to need to see Ethereum avoid a fall through the pivot at 1183 to take a run at the first major resistance level, sitting at 1327. Going to need to see support from the broader market for Ethereum to break back through to 1300 levels, however. So barring an extended crypto rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level to cap any upside. In the event of an extended rally, should see Ethereum test resistance at 1400 before any pullback. The second major resistance level sits at 1419. A fall through the pivot would bring the 23.6% fib at 1119 and the first major support level sitting at 1090 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Ethereum should steer clear of sub 1000 levels. Second major support level sits at 947. Looking at the MACD, we've got a marked narrowing of the bullish histograms, so we need to keep an eye on that. We could see a bearish cross there. On the EMAs, we've got nothing conclusive. The 50 has held its ground against the 100 and the 200, so need to keep an eye on that as well. So that's indicative of a possible move. So need to avoid the pivot at 1183 and break out from yesterday's high that was at 1275.99 to bring resistance levels into play. Failure to do that, support levels will be in play. Moving across to Litecoin against the US dollar, bearish start this morning. Going to need to see Litecoin avoid the pivot at 134 to take a run at the first major resistance level, sitting at 145.76. Going to need to see support from the broader market for Litecoin to break out from yesterday's high that was at 142. So barring an extended crypto rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level and the 23.6% fib at 148 to cap any upside. In the event of an extended rally, should see Litecoin test resistance at 150 before any pullback. Second major resistance level is at 153.75. A fall through the pivot level would bring the first major support level at 126.01 and the 38.2% fib at 125 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Litecoin should avoid second major support level sitting at 114.25. Looking at the MACD, we've got a slight widening of the bearish histograms after yesterday's late bearish cross, supporting this early morning pullback. On the EMA, slight pull back by the 50 from the 100 and the 200, also supporting this early morning fall. So key through the early part of the day would be to avoid the pivot at 134 and break back through to 140s to support a run at the resistance levels. Failure to do that, support levels are in play. Finally, looking at Ripple's XRP against the US dollar, bullish start to the morning. Going to need to see Ripple's XRP avoid the pivot at 0.2636 to take a run at the first major resistance level, setting at 0.2872. Going to need to see support from the broader market for Ripple's XRP to break out from this morning's high, 0.28385. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level and resistance at 0.29 to cap any upside. In the event of an extended rally, Should see Ripple's XRP test the second major resistance level at 0.3016 before any pullback. Fall through the pivot level, we bring the first major support level at 0.2492 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Ripple's XRP should avoid sub 0.24 levels. Second major support level sits at 0.2256. Looking at the MACD, slight narrowing of the bullish histograms, but nothing suggestive of a sell-off this morning, so keep an eye on that. On the EMAs, seeing the 50 narrow in marginally on the 100 and the 200, but nothing conclusive to suggest a breakout day. So key through the early part of the morning, avoid the pivot at 0.2636 and break back through the morning high at 0.28385 to bring resistance levels into play. Failure to do that and support levels will be in play.